This is a map that BNE have struggled quite heavily on. I don't trust those 1xbet odds, man. I really don't, but maybe I'm wrong. Are Spurs such heavy favorites in a game like this against BNE? For real?
I don't know. I think I'm with you in that one. I've seen a lot good from
those are correct odds. So I am very skeptical.
Well, we'll see if that skepticism pays any dividends, because so far it's Spirit pulling this back, but not for long. Juan Flatro still hangs on to a man advantage for the time being for BNE. Center Juan Flatro left with the responsibility of B, including a kit behind the headshot bins, mind you. But I don't think that's really going to matter. I don't think they're going to need the kit, because there's still two players here. And Chopper, well, unlucky for him, he's got a lot to deal with. Not
more.
So far, it's actually looking pretty good. Minute taken off of the timer, a lot of utility eaten away at, but GXX's second jump will get him killed, and BNE are just now sitting ducks. Lambs to the slaughter, so it seems, and it is that over-aggression starting to come back to bite them, but you've still got Rygon on A. He was good for 3 last round. Well, this time it'll be against Rifles, but Donk walking straight in won't let him be good for anything.
Yeah, that's something Bad News Eagles are going to be finding out the hard way, is how incredibly quick these youngsters are on the trigger. One of the stars of this BNE roster. Just kind of feeling it out right now. But that's just going to be him going down. And
but yeah, this forced buy is not going anywhere near the way they wanted it to, and I mean, maybe you get a couple of kills out of it, right? I'll give him that, but that's at most, right? It's Synopsy now alone, 1-on-4. Yeah, he's got an M4, but how much is realistically getting so far? More than I expected. A kill, damage onto Donk, Bomb Planter is isolated, and it looks like Synopsy wants more than just these 1 or 2 kills. He's looking for the whole house. But that nade will finally put him in his place. Magix didn't even really have to think too much about it, just dunked it on the top of headshot, and he walked straight in. BNE? No. We're talking about the wrong players, because right now it's a slow burner between BNE and Spirit, none of which featured so far. At least, you know, between Bro and Mr. Nipple. But looks like Chopper's going to be featured running into the A site unscathed. First kill onto GXX, and I don't know if they're going to have time to pull these rotations in. There's a couple of players here, but they're all behind the smoke. Right now, Rygon has no assistance. This is a free plant, and any over-aggression will not be tolerated. Juan Flatro wondering where his team has just disappeared to, and he may soon figure it out, because he'll join him.
That's a rare opening pick for Bad News Eagles that goes untraded.
I kind of love this angle from Rygon, though. Donk, he's probably getting this kill onto GXX. Let's be real. But that's a false positive. They're going to use that as incentive, leeway to go into A. But they don't know how close Rygon is. So right behind you, he's got 2 kills back. The bomb is dropped, and you know one is still stuck alone in the A site. And that's exactly what Rygon wants. Overcommitting, says, you know what, I'll take my duel with Lee, however loses it, finally gets put down, only to the trade of Synopsy. Bomb still needs to be recovered, and time's running out. Magix, he can't really afford to walk his way back to B, and now having been confirmed at ramp, this round should be done. Synopsy's got it, and the op is right in front of him to recover. Surprisingly enough, though, with how aggressive these two teams are, it's shockingly slow-paced at the start of this game. I mean, they are giving a lot of respect to one another, and it's not what you would anticipate with both of these teams. But it seems BNE are really starting to catch back up to them and understand what they want to do at the beginning of most of these rounds. And they've even adapted with the way they've used their utility, too. There's 40 seconds left, and look at how much they've got left in their own belts. Molly, smokes, flashes. There's no way Spirit are getting into A without going through some amount of utility, without running through mollies, without going through smokes. There's so much left, and there's even crossfires in the mix, too. Art Frost showing up with the op. 2 kills will start to level out the playing field, and now stuck committing to A. Rygon needs to buy time, but it's time that won't be given, and Center is alone with no chance of survival. That's what makes teams great. Right now, though, it seems like it may be the Center show toward B. He's got a lot of targets sitting on the other end of this double stack. He doesn't seem to have any problems mowing through them. Flashing off Chopper, there is no trade in sight. The bomb is dropped, and BNE, well, they've got Center to thank for their successful B hold. And he's got a nice little angle. That's nasty behind the stairwell. Chopper, I don't think he knows about this either. Still a couple of flashes for Rygon, too, so they could try to take some of these fights if they wanted. And yeah, that's what they're for. Supporting Center, helping Juan, dropping the bomb, and winning it for BNE. Art Frost, he didn't even go with his team. He let them all run in and fall. He's just going to save his op.
It's still an option. As bad news, Eagles lock down the defense over on the B bomb site. I mean, the rounds. Oh yeah,
they're gonna swing together. Oh my, and that's even if he gets that far. They're hurrying him running away. He's lucky to get alive. Wow. All right. Well, to my dismay, he doesn't fall. But can't say the same for his team. No, I can't. What is going on? Rygon wasn't even looking the right way.
GXX is like the guy who picks a fight with the people at the club, and then he just runs to his friends who are all bigger than him, and then...
I used to have the original box set.
Nah, you don't like Star Wars, it means you're too young.
It seems like the utility game has come to a halt, and they've not really progressed the match between these two in that regard. It feels like Spirit came in with an idea, and now as it's getting shut down, there's no real change in how they're playing themselves. And again,
yeah, it's true.
That's like the third time we've seen that exact peak. They don't get what they want toward Ram. It's just peeking outside hall, no flashes, nothing, and BNE are ready for it. I mean, this is what I mean. This is a problem with the youngsters too. Whoever wants it more gets it, and BNE want it more.
Okay, well, finally, we do see some sort of a resurgence coming through for Spirits. I don't even remember when they last got into a bomb site, and then you know what? It's not like I'm going to create a memory now either, because they still get shut down. Artfrost, the only player left alive, and not for much longer either. What a brilliant recovery from BNE. Looked a bit shaky, losing 2-5 at one point, but they finished the half ahead 9-6 as they control their opponent's map pick. Either way, big pistol round here for Spirit to kickstart their campaign on their CT side. Not really feeling things out so much, just allowing BNE to come to them.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's what they're known for. Running you down and hunting you out. P250's all Rygon needs. He's got 20 kills, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. He's making safe. He's putting him to shame. Like the numbers that he had at the beginning of Inferno. Oh, wait, hold on, no. Round's not done. Round is not done with Donk. Oh, man. 3 right back in your pipe, and they know somebody's flanking. Center is trapped, just hoping to buy time, allow Quan Flacho to creep closer, and well, at least it's come down to a 1v1, but it's not planted for him. Artfrost, though, no kit, taps the bomb, knows he's off, and still running out of time. This kill needs to come through, but it won't, and now the round's done. Quan Flacho can just wait, even if he falls. It is a BNE-favored pistol, and that kill is just a pity prize.
Yeah, brilliant game sense there from Quan Flacho, just with how he plays that situation.
Maybe they can make ends meet here with the first kill going their way. It seems Quan Flacho's AK is certainly recoverable, and things are starting to build up against them. BNE, they don't have a lot of leisure here. GXX, still more to say, though, with the Galil and a couple of enemies not ready for him on the other side of this wall. It seems maybe they're ready to put things to rest. Pen to papers, Artfrost. Scout is maybe the only thing left standing, or no. Dunk comes into the smoke with the perfect support. 2 AKs walk out of it, too. BNE get at least in the opening couple of seconds, but it doesn't seem, even after the initial horde of utility is thrown, that Artfrost has any interest in completely leaving. Instead, only backs up to Crane. It's Dunk to look at, though, if you're looking at Spirit's success. Doubling down at B, you're not getting B stairwell control on his watch. So now BNE have to reroute. They have to go and test that up, or risk walking into the barrel of Magics, but at every turn, it seems like it's just more death and destruction. GXX, not even wide swinging, says, I'll just take my chances. But those apparently are not too favorable. 1v4 for Rygon to try and deny a tie. However, I think that ship is already far from sailed.
Yeah, he's just hoping and praying, but already being chipped down. The shot heard there, and it will be the job finished off by Magics.
I don't know.
I just think you can kind of plug a player in a position and rely on him more than when you're on the T side, and you need the whole unit to be working effectively together to be successful.
Well, for now, it seems like the unit's very split apart for BNE. Rygon back through the smokes, and Opsy the only one taking some fights, and even he's walking into the off of Artfrost. It's an isolated pick that instantly won't get traded, and we saw Spirit make the same mistake on their T side. BNE doing the exact same thing, walking into a crossfire, and it doesn't seem like that's ever going to favor you, but Chopper's still above this smoke, looking to shell shock them, and they haven't cleared the angle. Bomb drop, but Chopper can only do so much. Magics, he's the one with responsibility left to, but not for long. GXX, if I'm thinking more about it. I'm just trying to think critically and not like with the past results in mind. Because look at Spirit right now. Obviously, Donk is the front runner, right? He's killing it, but
Unexpected. They are so heavily behind Spirit Academy right now. They're just really favoring them, and maybe with good reason. 1-for-1 to start off this next round. Spirits still have money if they lose here. Not much, but enough.
he's starting to rein in. They're not taking this as a warning. No, they're taking it as an invitation.
Oh man, I like that. Donk and Artfrost, the two teammates working in tandem right now over on the A bomb site. Donk though actually kind of gets given up by Artfrost. Oh, okay. Spacing and neutral usage absolutely on point from BNE as they craft their way in towards A. GXX late on the trigger. That's going to cost Scenario his life. 30 seconds now on the clock, but GXX won't make the same mistake twice.
No current inhabitants will eventually lead to the success of BNE, or at least so you'd think. But as soon as I say that, Donk's got a 1D to answer back, and the AWP is still here to play. It's not smoked off from heaven.
Oh my God.
Neither is Donk. Continuing to fight with the AK. Tooth and nail. Chopper's got a kill too. Now everyone's isolated. Now they're being picked apart piece by piece. Now it's GXX in a 1-on-3. And not for long. Chopper shuts him down with only 20. And it's forced the AWP in Artfrost way back into the midst of the site. Zontex, is he going to repeat the same mistake again? It's Rygon 2 once more inside of the smoke. It's bar for bar what happened in the last round. And bar for bar, the same outcome. Artfrost is alone. He's stuck. And the AWP, well, it's not really in a spot where it's allowed to cheat away, but Rygon's not going to put the pressure on just yet. They're going to let them have side haul, try to sandwich it in, but the rotation's in too. And Donk already showed what he was capable of in the previous round, let alone he and Artfrost combined, but the flash is so good. Doesn't matter. Artfrost, without vision, still finds the kill. And now they have to worry about him. One flash, one flatro goes high though, and it's good enough.
Oh my God. Really good angle taken there from Juan Flatro to find that fight. Dispatches of Artfrost, leaving Magic's in the clutch 1v2. AWP in play, has been able to creep his way forward. He has a smoke grenade as well, and there's a kit on the ground, but he misses his shot. Synopsy would have traded immediately anyway.
Yeah. You can very easily give it away, especially if you don't have a good crossfire or utility, but now it's going to be a change of pace. BNE trying to end the game with some flare on top. Donk stuck on B, but he still fires off through the smoke, even blind. Disadvantage now for the Bad News Eagles, and it only grows ever so much more evident. Center smack 10 is all that really stands, but even blinded up, there's no real shot in this. GXX in a 1v3 with a flash to his name, but the smokes have faded, so there's no more comfort or sanctuary behind those. There's a couple of advantages to potentially be fielded, but that gap now abused one way and the other. GXX, he had the right idea and the right read for Zontex, but not the right execution, so Spirit won't be dropping the game just yet, even with the opening pick given away. Maybe a lot, considering they know how close Zontex is. That smoke gives away way more info than you may think, but confident in his aim, he will eventually topple over Rygon, and maybe even topple over the whole round himself. GXX and Opsy trying to pull back a 2-on-4. It seems improbable, especially with Chopper already shutting down the bomb carrier. Synopsy's got to somehow do something magical, and with every CT staring at his angle, that's just not going to happen. Overtime, a guarantee, as Spirit have battled back. No, it is 51.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why
it 50
says
is the lower floor.
No, that's why it's called 51.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, 50 right here, and then 51 on the next.
Yeah, exactly, alright.
We've discovered it. Give me a 52nd floor!
Well, Synopsy is looking for a 16th round here for his team. Himself and Juan Flatru combined to find opening kills. Donk wants to be the difference maker. He just runs in towards middle by himself against 3 players. And he doesn't walk away, but he gets 2 kills.
It literally takes an army of 3 men to put him down. That is insane. And now Zontex, well, he wants to follow in his footsteps. There can only be one Donk. There can only be one legend in Rygon. Well, he's not going to lose that duel again. That's, what, 3 for 1 in this head-to-head?
On the right foot here in overtime should be Bad News Eagles, who go up 16-15. A formality. Chopper eventually located and removed.
So I can use those for sticker crafting?
Yeah, exactly. Big Donk.
Wait, we literally had a guy. Never mind. I don't know what I'm on about. Well, Big Donk's only got one this time round. Maybe not so big, more so just average, or maybe even above average.
Not the size that counts. How you use it.
Well, Artfrost ain't using that out very good in this round, as he's already forced back into the hands of the generators. Ontix is here to support him, though, so maybe payback for the help that he gave him in the previous round, but instead it's just a sacrifice. These sites open, BNE have no problems running into it, and even Art Frost is distracted about this mid flank.
Really effective round coming through from Bad News Eagles. A superb executing towards this B bomb side. After they found the first kill, it's not like they just paused and waited and tried to make something else happen on the map. They just committed to the opportunity.
Break when it comes to guessing right what the PC wants to take. But he's at least got the space guaranteed for BNE for now. Donk again swinging out wide, and this time he comes away on top. But Rygon's got the instant trade, so he won't let that one get too far out of motion. Chopper's heard all these footsteps, though, so he's got space to take if he wants it.
Oh,
and he does.
About space. Rigon, he wants to take space as well. Gunfight comes through against Chopper. AK trumps the M4. That's a really big kill. Regains that man advantage now for Spirit.
Is inching toward B, trying to gather that info, trying to grab that space while it's available. But our Frost, oh my god, that should have been a kill easily.
Yeah, every single day of the week, actually. He had the jump on his opponents. Speaking of having the jumps and Neri, that's as shaky as it gets. He will still find the kill trades for the AK. Now it's on GXX over towards A. Can he find at least a kill before that bomb plant comes through? Wall of smokes has been deployed. No incendiaries. There's not much they can do about it. Time ticking away. GXX has been able to trade his AWP for a rifle. So Neri sprays the cross. Magic will activate that bomb. Post-plant ensues with Spirit having a man advantage.
Magic's just stuck on the site, though, so he is very vulnerable to this right now. Timing, though, center. Wanted to find the kill on Chopper, but instead they both swing into a death trap. And, dude, again, he pulls that off. He
now isolates Rigon. How does he even get more than a kill from this position? It shouldn't happen. Nades do a lot of damage. He throws food from the top of the ramp. That'll at least bait in Rigon for a kill. One frag found. He's trying to stay alive. Deploys the smoke, and that'll actually give him some space. Another nade comes through. That's going to touch down. But the incendiary is extinguished by the smoke.
Look at that, dude. Magic's Chopper, both on their last breath, and even Zontix has felt the burn of the HEs. But Rygon...
No.
Oh my god, he's dead. He's dead, guaranteed. Zontix, he's been given a freebie, but GX is still... One Flatcher is even arriving on the scene with a Molotov in time. There should be a smoke to extinguish, but that's if you can get it out of the site in time. 8 seconds to go. Somebody's got to plant this bomb. It's already too late. The round's done.
No bomb time to be planted, and it is going to be at least a couple of kills. Frags might come in after the end of the round. Won't matter. Obviously, in overtime can still buy up your guns anyway, but it is going to be Bad News Eagles who get themselves a map.
Well, this is an angle that they haven't even brought out yet, so I doubt they will expect this. Juan Flatro and GXX, they both try to combine. Nothing great is grabbed, looking for more.
That's a big problem.
Again.
That's a really big issue. Donk was so low. Now it's a man advantage for this T side as they look to try and force another set of overtime. Scenario's waiting for it. Oh, but that's smoke.
Yeah.
There's only a few seconds left on it.
I don't think there's another flash to come in too either. Yeah, he's the only one with any utility, and he's just too far removed. 1v3, he's going to attempt it. Bomb's stuck in the site right now, but Anfrost doesn't want to stick around to find out what's going on. So this is a massive risk. Rygon, if he clears the right angle and hits the one bullet, and this is a 1v1 with the game on the line. Art Frost up close and personal, but the up doesn't have what it takes, and Rygon pulls a 1v3 off to close up Vertigo.
Fitting that it's Rigon to finish off the job as well, because he's been the chief destroyer for Bad News Eagles up until this point here on Vertigo.
Well, Spirit, it's time to nut up or shut up on Ancient. We have a lot of question marks coming in, but now we put the theory to the test. Is on the CT side, the pistol begins, and it looks like Spirit are taking matters into their own hands.
Yeah, they are. Big fight picking off and up in towards middle right now. Dong, uncharacteristically missing so many shots there, though, and that's going to prove to be costly. BNE now have a huge advantage in this pistol round 4 versus 2. And every
round seems lost with the winds. GXX just distracting both remaining CTs. Eventually, they'll be put to rest, but I think this round is already a foregone conclusion. And I love the confidence being shown from BNE right now. I'm not mad.
I mean, listen, to be fair, Spirit did win the force buy on Vertigo as Sceneri. Well, he just took the highway out of that round. This is getting scary. This is getting really scary.
What is going on, man? They just cannot seem to catch a break when it comes to these kills, and they've let Chopper leave. He's low, and they even spotted throwing the AK back, but the kill just can't come in. Art
got the
Frost,
AK
no
though.
armor. Yeah, aim is certainly a factor. And with a knife out, Zontix gets caught. BNE
What?
gave it to them, man.
So the trio of Artfrost, Zontix, and Donk have no history on Ancient. I don't know if they've played it in other instances, but they didn't play it at all at Spirit Academy. I'm talking like not once.
Yeah. Well, you'd think certainly during the player break, they must have put some work into the map to be so confident as to pick it, but I definitely think looking back at the
they didn't
veto...
pick it, but they just left it in.
Yeah. It's also a catch-22, though. Since BNE only have their one permaban, any map you don't ban is theoretically a punish pick. And I think that's what this is, honestly. BNE themselves, it's not like they're the best on this map, but they're making themselves look like gods with the way they're finding these kills. One Flatro, I actually thought he would have spotted the, at least, like, gun barrel of Zontix, but he'll get caught. Though I don't think it's going to matter. As low as there's a couple of players right now for BNE.
Zontix
Yup.
doesn't have any either. So 3 of the 5 players on Spirit have never played this map in an official on HLTV. That's crazy to me. Trying to feel it out in towards middle right now, see if they can find a kill. They have successfully forced the CTs backwards at the bare minimum. Now they're going to run into the 2-man setup in Donut. Do they look to try and hunt Donk down is the question. They will. Oh my god. Donk actually gets that kill. He probably had no business in finding that frag. At least GXX will trade as well. You don't really mind the Sifia Spirit because you still have the man advantage, so trading evenly is okay. But Bad News Eagles have been able to craft a way to keep themselves in the round here. C4 going to get onto the bomb site itself. Magix, he can be the one to completely unravel this round, pushing through from Temple. Nobody's watching for this, but now that the bomb's gone down, someone may consider it.
Center is already considering it. He's staring hard at this angle. They know about it. They know this is a possibility, but they need the first kill to come through on Chopper. They're aware of both remaining players' whereabouts. The scope heard. Magic spotted. They're trying to work around the boxes, but they give J6 a little bit of room. Too close, though. Magix won't let him get any further away. And he idly waiting for his prey to walk into him, but Rygon with the Deagle, man, all you got to do is hit the one shot. Shoulder spotted. And as they exchange glances, you realize the artillery difference and the role that it actually plays. So... a little more tame in the 4-on-4, but not for long. Synopsis recovered AK is making miles of work done.
Yeah, I mean, this is the gun that could go on to win them the entire round right now. It's created a huge number of concerns right now for Spirit. The longer BNE take, though, the more this window starts to close.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, right? Obviously, Chopper, as you said, he's already the only person on this side of the map, but eventually they're going to start to come in with this flank, and they need to find this trade instantly, which they do. AK was given over, and it seems like that's all they really need. Frost's op is what's left to retake. Well, you got Zontix, but other than that, he falls. You're probably not contesting much for this round, but now you certainly are. All bets off is now with half of the timer ticked away. Kills need to start flowing through. Now, knowing where both the remaining defenders are.
I love this.
One Flatcher's going to recommit. Smoke thrown in, and Frost is the one with the utility, but he continues to keep it pulled out as he goes in. He and Synopsy alike are all that's required.
I'd say this is the cousin of the Orb, right? The Scout is the younger brother. The Org's got to be like the long-lost cousin or something.
Yeah, we'll call it that, sure.
Thanks.
Magix. I got you. Well, wait. What's the... Krieg?
That's like the family member nobody acknowledges because he's a drug addict.
I don't know. I feel like that'd only be accurate if he, like, won the lottery at some point. Opt with a Glock. Like, come on. And they're doing that consistently now. They're never really going without a peep in some of these rounds. And look at the speed up, the change of pace. Magix wasn't even ready for them to be out on the A site. Donk is the first responder, but look at all the chaos that started to ensue on this defense. Pulling Zontix off of House, pulling Artfrost off of B, starting to shift players back, and they don't even know what's going on. Synopsy's still here with the bomb, holding. It's been spotted, but Zontix is fully committed. They're spread thin, though. Spirit only have one player on A.
Destroys GXX. The problem is 2 players have bypassed him. However, Artfrost is the one who's still watching. Timing couldn't have been worse for him, though, as he unscopes. Oh my god! He just swings out.
And they're going back to A. They're making them look like fools right now. Who's got the saxophone? Because this is a sitcom, or like this is a cartoon. And Rygon doesn't want to let them have any entryway back in. But knowing how young these guys are and how confident they feel, there's no surprise to see them go for retakes like this. But it's only throwing guns into the abyss. And, you know, maybe Chopper can take 1 or 2 back away from them. But the end of the day, he'll be saving an op and not attempting it.
Play his normal game, try and chase him down A main. Unsuccessful. Spirit with enough money to rebuy here, but
Bring in a little smash meme into the mix.
no fear?
No fear. No fear.
Alrighty.
Maybe there should be, though. Synopsy. You're not going to get away with that for a second time, but neither will Magic's. Ready as well. One Flatro. Double entries in. And takes no prisoners, even looking for the triple. You might want to rethink your next move, Chopper.
Yeah.
Only thing he can really do is throw the smoke and hope for help.
Oh, okay. That's a big kill out of Donk there. Just pivoting back as he takes down Rigon, pushing through middle. He has to be the hero. He has the potential. We've seen him do it before. And this is the round that his team need him to come up big again. Bomb plant will come through. And Donk still taking all of that attention away from his teammate. And there's a flank coming through from Zontix right now. It's all about the timing. And Zontix will dispatch of Juan Flatru. Scenario, he's still behind the pillar. Barely any room to maneuver.
Man.
He's taking even more damage from that grenade. And that's a very clean clearance coming through from Zontix. Having said that, though, have a look at the setup. I mean, Spirit, they stacked up on the correct side of the map, assuming B&E do still continue in towards this B-bomb site. I mean, they have got the option of going elsewhere. It doesn't look like they're going to seriously consider it. GXX gets ahead of that molly, and he needed to win that gunfight. And he actually does. Takes a lot of damage in the process, but he does pick up the kill. In the meantime, Rigon's been able to snake his way in towards A. It's Donk who's going to come out of Temple. He's the one, and actually, Rigon will clear him out as well. So now, all of a sudden, it's a man advantage for B&E.
We've seen these get dropped before, though, and Zontix, he's still around, fighting tooth and nail. Finding two is insane there. Low as ever, it won't matter. GXX is all by himself. 13 seconds, and honestly, saving might be the better of the ideas. Actually, we'll look at the money. Kind of have to try to give this one a go-ahead. 7 seconds. You've got to commit to the plant. Just going to tap it. By the time the peaks come through, it won't matter. Well, now we see what the pistols can do again. I'm not counting them out on BNE. Not in a million years. And of course, it's Center to open up the rounds. Whittling away at this B defense piece by piece, block by block. But Hardfrost is still here and eager to find a kill. Back! A collect too? Are you serious? Well, yeah, so much for a man advantage. 2-on-4 with only Deegs remaining. BNE, this is one I'll count him out of. Looks like Spirit have done all that's required to win themselves the half. After the hole that this looked like it was going to be left in, this is a great recovery. 5-on-4, A-site's not that heavily guarded. GXX is not going to get the help he needs. He is fighting on his own territory, and that's it. Well, I guess he does have the supporting cast of Center. But at the same time, they haven't fully committed. They're trapped in Donut, and the bomb has been detected. Juan Flatro.
Well, that's their
gives
pass
them
out.
The peak they so desperately desire, but it's not all done and dusted yet. Rygon's still on B. There isn't a guaranteed reroute just yet, but there may be a free round if GXX falls. Because now you've got a 2-on-4 to try and pull off. Make that one. Center, have fun, my friend. You've got a big clutch to try and attempt. There was a 1v3 to close out last map. The last sitting inside of the smoke. I don't have much of an expectation now going forward. As he walks into the 3-man crossfire, eventually he'll be... I mean, you say no, but GXX has still got this unlocked. One shot to the chest here, and Chopper's gone. 28 seconds, they're rerouting through Cape. They have to. There's no way you're getting back in through the B stairwell. And you're looking at the time, but it's getting worse by the second. Bomb spotted, and they're going to run into the 2-man crossfire. Juan Flatro's 5-7 has its more 2 scouts holding down the line. Everybody's here. They're all ready to coincide. It's stopping you from getting out cave, and it works flawlessly. 3 alive AKs, the reward. BNE shut down Spirit. These guys feast off of doing the unexpected. And, dude, I mean, talk about unexpected, bro. Who would play here? Who in their right mind would sit in that corner? Are you serious, Juan Fladro? That's just unthinkable.
This is very doable for Spirits in the 2 versus 3. It does feel like finally now Bad News Eagles have realized what's going on. Bomb Plant's going to be heard as well by Juan Flatru. And now, the retake will start to fall into place.
I was going to say, I kind of understand what they're going for, and it seemed like Juan Flatro for quite some time was aware that this was a possibility. So instead of just going into fight, giving them some possibility of a 2-on-2, he was just going to hold on to the space, make sure that they couldn't get very much further. And now, I love the way they're working this too, because they know that they could be close to Center. He has to be careful. He knows where they could and couldn't be, and gets the double ding instantly because of it. But Frost, it's planted for him. That kill needs to come in lightning fast, and thankfully for B&E's case, it does. at the same time, it seems like it's not a bait anymore so much as just an execute, and they essentially lured every CT here just to exec into a stacked site. This could very easily go south, but it seems like Artfrost has things under control once again. And it doesn't seem like Center can this back. Juan Flatcher even caught inside of the smoke. Spirit will crush the dreams of BNE once more.
They're in for the round, kind of something that they're trying to accomplish while everybody else, for the most part, sits by idly. They were ready for a big execute in towards the A bomb site here on the CT side. That was what they were preparing themselves for. Scenery, oh, you needed that kill every single day of the week. It's Donk, though, by himself, who will blow the door wide open on the round. 2 phenomenal opening kills. I don't even know if Bad News Eagles are going to consider going for this. I mean,
in time to fight with GXX, they're not hiding their avenue of approach. The way they move around these boxes could determine the outcome of the round, because all GXX is trying to do is buy time at this point. Take down low members, finish the job before his team even needs to. And now with 20 seconds, Zontix's whereabouts are known, right? He can't really afford to back away. You've got to walk into the unknown and challenge whoever may face you. Right? I mean, we talked about how young the core is coming into this game. We talked about how most of it's just Spirit Academy. That's something that can plague the younger teams, but the one thing that can plague BNE is over-aggression, because with those 2 kills, seems like B is a free territory for them to take, and who else would Dunk to get a triple opener and steal the lead right back where it was left? Doesn't even have to worry about not being able to reinvest it. So, I mean, if he's got the A1S equipped, he can... But job's not done yet. Still a 4-on-5, and it looks like Synopsy has the right idea for a flank. Donk's holding for this exact push, though, dude. You can't sneak anything over on this guy.
no.
Still, I'm not going to say it's done, though, because you've got the op keeping them in B ramp, and you've got both players in cave stopping them from moving through Cheetah. So there is some promise still to this round.
Although, as you say, that looks like Spurs are going to look to try and transition themselves in the opposite direction. GXX gets a frag, and then that actually forces Spurs to... Spirit, I think they're still going to depart and try and go in towards A. GXX is dead. And it's not only Donk's mechanics, but it's his game sense, right? He was the one to make the play, to push all the way through, get the information, and give this particular option to his teammates.
Yeah, that was not shocking at all to see blow up against them. I mean, GXX... It looked like he definitely overbid on the fact that they...
I agree, maybe not enough respect to Spirit being offered up here. They're just trying too many things at the same time. None of them are sticking, and then they get consistently left in these disadvantageous situations. Util usage very good here at the get-go. They're trying to isolate Magics, but Artfrost is in position with that AWP, and now it's actually kind of flipped on its head. Juan Flatru and Scenery, they're the ones working in tandem. All in the meantime, Magics has actually gone undetected in the cubby. And it's going to be Spirits who claim A bomb site as their own. 15-12, looking inevitable to become 16-12.
As I just said, no kit, so time is not looking that great. Got a smoke to put on top of this bomb, though, so things can get a bit hairy. On Flatro, taking this fight, too. They're going to double swing on him, but it's planted for Donut. Zontix is going to know about this, and he's gone the long way around, fully sticking at center.
Okay,
He's ballsy, but those balls might cost him the game, as Zontix is no fool. He knew exactly where it was planted and had no trouble closing it down. Spirit, to my, I'd say, prediction. I don't know. Maybe you replicate it. Maybe there's more in store. But what I can tell you is for certain, it's Donk. This man is inevitable. One of the 3 guarantees in life, apparently.
Yeah, life, death, and Donk. That is, that's as good as it gets. Either way.
Oh my god.
Donk, who continues to do the damage, double kill coming through from him. Eventually, he's been taken down as Bad News Eagles now looks to try and make something happen here. One Flattery going to be wrapping around the players in CT. Artfrost, that's a big kill out of him. 4v2 now, everything falling into place until GXX lights up the kill feed. Wait, what? All by himself. He gets 3 frags towards CT, flips around on its head, and BNE on course for the pistol.
And it's just a guarantee. When you got Rygon staring you down and your back's turned to 2 different angles, it could be a lot, could be a little. But for now, it's some basic stuff. Artfrost taking his business elsewhere, and by elsewhere, I mean Khan. He'll eat this nade, though. Maybe not, no. Just lands a little bit shy. But there's a gap from around that smoke. No, it's a gap abused by Synopsy instead. That's a trade certainly worthwhile to get rid of Artfrost. But still, Donk is the next line of approach to worry about. However, he's going without a peep. 3-on-2 as the bomb goes down. Chopper not hiding his presence in CT spawn, but looking for more. The greed will kill him, though. And now Magix is alone in the 1v2.
or BNE. They did go on to lose that map, so not making any inferences just yet. Next player, 46 kills. So he has been in a league of his own so far in the series.
Oh, bad flash, and that might cost him. Ampros is here with the op, and this time he's not going to let you get in for free. Gonna defend a little bit stronger alongside that. Donk's picking up his own line of success at the A side of the map. Even Magix is here. Uncontested, it seems like finally Spirit will get on the board. It only took him 6 rounds and a handful of ops to make do with it, but the end will be a good ending for Spirit. Actually really funny.
Was that the one with Trace?
I'm pretty sure he's in all of them, but nah, it was like this.
True.
They did it in game, and it's just like most sane BA players.
I saw the thumbnail.
Really funny. It was really funny. I give him props. Sometimes it's like forced humor, which is always bad, but that one was really good. Did they just? I really hope they didn't miss their underbalk molly. No, they definitely didn't. But I think they expected Juan Flatcher to use his molly underbalk, and he didn't. So GXX got to take matters into his own hands, but with the op, it's not really the best of weapons for the task he was in charge of doing. So now Center's up to the chopping block with, I guess, only 3 isn't the worst, but so apparently he's comfortable hanging on to his only gun.
Mercenary flashes over the top. He catches Chopper out in the open. He's the hero on the AK. Has to be the man to get the job done. Artfrost actually going to get bypassed. It's looking good for BNE. Bomb's going to come through as well. Now the pressure is on Spirit.
Retake. That can be applied to just about every point of contention on the map. Currently, Magic's down for the count. Antfrost still here and kicking on the op with time running out and the AK now recovered. The chances of you pulling this round off are slim to none. Zontic's not fading away, though. They're still going for this for some reason. But now, Artfrost's fate is sealed. The op will be removed regardless of what he has to say. To field some further success, however, again, it seems like they're going to send Ragon out as a land to the slaughter out A. And Chopper again is playing close to this smoke. He'll fall once more, but at least this time it's to the trade of Dunk. So it's not all for nothing, but still doesn't mean you're magically favored.
Oh, no.
And with him falling, A looks a lot more vacant. GXX, though, not looking the right way, will get him caught. And they've left Cat, so bomb plant's guaranteed.
Yeah, Artfrost actually gave up a lot of positional control by falling back from Catwalk, and I thought he would have been better off if he had just stayed there. It is going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Zontic's now counted out of the round. Sceneri decides to aggress. He closes the gap. Great awareness there from Artfrost to catch one flat root. Sceneri's hand surely now going to be forced, but Magix will be the one to come out on top of that gunfight. And it's a huge round win coming through for Spirit.
Polish map. I mean, you even think about back in the days of like AGO and such.
Yeah,
they were
true.
really good on that too. Ooh. Chopper.
Wow. I didn't
Good
even
kill
know
to find on
Synopsy was there.
Synopsy. Yeah, that could have been very problematic. But this one still is.
No.
Apparently it's not. GX, it's not even a flub from GXX. That's just an insane shot from Zontix. And now, 2 different loopholes they had to single-handedly win them this round. If either had gone their way, with the wind, disappeared. Chopper's still here too, and Juan Flatcher will not be feeling much off of that flashbang. Not even reacting in time. No bomb plant in sight. Being here once again swept aside.
BNE want to try and deny Spirit getting the lead. I feel like that would be a mental victory for Spirit.
Yeah, but same thing could go for BNE. It would be a big relief if you could somehow shut down this half with a half lead. So even 8-7 might not be all that bad, but they've been detected in mid, and that nade will finish the food that Artfrost initially had. And then I believe it was Zontix.
Actually looks like BNE are going to be pivoting though in towards the B-bomb site. They go, and that's because GXX is slowly clearing out with the Orb. Artfrost is the player who's in market right now, but he's not at all watching towards Catwalk. GXX slowly clears out the angles. He'll get the frag as a result. Sceneri's on the opposite side of the map though. He's gone down, so it's going to be a 2v2 post plant.
Especially with all the angles they could be coming in from. Juan Fletcher and GXX do not seem to be even thinking about the cat approach for now. It'll be them telling them that they're coming up from cat before it's even bothered to be checked, but apparently that's enough for BNE to win the round. And even though it's only with 2 players...
You will be, but you look at the money that Spirit have left now. They don't have many counts of round loss bonus, so just an assumption that BNE should win that round. If they win this one.
Yeah, I was going to say... Still gotta shut down Donk again first before you can think about getting that far. And Magix wasn't spotted here last round, so I entirely get why he's just doing it again. And yeah,
and there we go.
Does end up finding one with the op. It's the trade-off of
Oh,
Synopsy finding an open B site, but it seems they've both timinged one another, and Artfrost is ready for the potential market push. You are not getting much further, dude. How do they know everything?
that's just really good awareness, just good game sense, presence of mind. Easy round for Spirit. It feels like when BNE play slowly, they just get picked off one by one, and they don't really, they're not able to accomplish much. And it's ironic, right? Because at the start of the map, it was the direct approach that was working so well from them. You can see that these guys have been given freedom on the CT side, though, and I'm so happy to see that they've joined this main Spirit team, and they haven't had the shackles put on. Zontic is still pushing up middle, you have Dong peeking in towards lowers. Both of them, though, will go down without finding a frag. Players.
And you've still got the rifle of magics to go through it. Yeah, the flash is going to help you, but there's just so many angles to clear that even him getting one would be huge, let alone all three! Even the 100 HP player gun! GXX, he'll be fighting against a sidearm, but all he's trying to do is buy time. Everyone's here now, Spirit. They fought back thanks to their big leader in Magics. And closing it out by Artfrost, it takes only 2 to make a thing go right for Spirit. And
we're about to be 7 hours deep, though. It has been a long day for you and I, and it's only the second game of the day. Still 2 more to come through after this. The Spirit come barreling in towards the bomb site.
Oh my god, again, dude, Donk double entries, but this time, it's a lot more meaningful as his team is able to put the pieces together surrounding it. Rygon, stuck in con and eventually should be sniffed out, but he'll at least take one with him. Captain goes down with the ship, so they say. But Rygon may be bringing the ship back up from being underwater. Everyone had started to split up, assuming this round was done. Now, realizing the mistake, they start to coincide once again, but when you said it, I didn't hear the comment. I was like, that's just one sentence.
Oh, alright, yeah. Just
I get you. I've never heard it, but it makes sense.
Yeah, those who can't do, teach. Those who can't do.
Center's still here. Oh, well, maybe not for much longer, dude. That's
wow.
The fact that our Frost finds 2 there is criminal, but this is all of a sudden doable. Chopper, 2 kills back in mid. The last is GXX. The op is spotted, but they're about to go head to head. A clash of the Titans, Chopper v GXX, and the Galil spawns to the leg. They both exchange glances, but it's Chopper giving the killing blow. There is no resurgence for BNE to be found just yet. Well, that and there's Rygon sitting in the middle of the site, and I don't think there's going to be any flashes for him just yet, so this is kind of looking scary for Spirit. Now it's extra rotations. Now the op is here to play, and now you've somehow got to get through him, which, while GXX hasn't been the most of shining stars in this series, he certainly looked good enough to hit shots like this, but Rygon won't even get a fighting chance here, as now they start to chew away the remaining CTs, who are the only ones here to defend. There falls GXX, Opper's both gone, it's all up to center, and while 2 are low for Spirit, oh, Magics! That was a questionable plant spot, but he's bailed out by Artfrost, so right back down to the depths. BNE are only good for the 1. This is a big advantage for Spirit to detect this early on. Rygon misses an opportunity too. It's just blunders everywhere the eye can see. Rygon peeking back in would not be the greatest of ideas. There's 3 different players staring down his barrel.
Wait.
And while, yes, it was a 1-for-1 trade, in the long run, it's not going to help you. Smoke blocks off Sinner, and if he doesn't find a kill or 2, I mean, man, this will be just done. You're not looking his way, though. It seems he may have found the magic key, and now Artfrost has exchanged positions with him. 15 seconds, maybe the unknown could be the best way. I don't know if he heard the jump up. He was definitely out of earshot, but after having not spotted him in con crossing the stairs.
These 2 teams have been giving it horns throughout this entire matchup. One of them is going to walk away absolutely devastated. The other will be celebrating. It's going to be a palace burst in towards the A bomb site coming through from Spirit. This isn't something we've seen from either of the teams yet here on Mirage. And, well, it's working out incredibly well, at least initially. Donk and Zontix both find a frag apiece. At least Rigon will force the issue for a trade to make this round a bit more doable for BNE.
What is that peak? Rygon, there's no way he just went for that, and nobody's even ready to trade it. Artfrost gave up any opportunity.
Could be, because Magix just got the kill on Rigon not too long ago, and Spirit say, okay, well, we're just going to leave you to be over on that side of the world all by yourself while we head in towards A. Scenario's already had some recent success on the side of the map. He got the big clutch, and he'll drop the bomb as well. Even mollies the C4. There's no time left remaining. Oh, Scenario. Oh, wait, they got both the kills, Anthran.
They didn't know. They didn't know how low the timer was. They went and gave him the peak because they had no idea. That's the only reason you wouldn't just talk. Gonna cuss.
They've gone all in for the force fire here. The smoke, finally will extinguish the flames as that execute starts to gain traction towards the A bomb site. Stock standard, simple approach is the name of the game here for Spirits as they look to try and break down the defense over towards A. They've isolated Synopsy. They've done damage through the smoke. Bomb plant's going to follow suit. How on earth do BNE bail themselves out of this situation? I don't even think it's possible. And Donk is looking to make sure that indeed is the case. And it will indeed be a done deal. GXX, impossible 1v3 on his hands. What's it like, 11 o'clock there now?
Noon.
Alright, Donk, well, he's going to be sending Rigon to sleep. And it looks like BNE are offering up a lot of gunfights right now, and that's a dangerous game to play with the Spirit Squad. Although, listen, throwing caution to the wind might be the apt response.
On 4 HP too, man, they know he's already a dead man. It's just sending him in to see if he can't grab a little bit more out of it, but you still need to try and pick these individuals apart. I mean, it's mostly scouts, right? So there's a lot that can and could, even maybe will go wrong. Yeah, they're false too.
No.
Chopper again showing up when he's needed the most. And with everybody falling at the A site, it's all up to Synopsy. They've got a cross, but they've got the aid of a smoke now, and they know where he's going to be coming from. You won't be getting away with another one of these smoke pushes.
No
A lamb to the
ways.
slaughter again, showing him where the rabbits are with his head turned at the wrong way. Spirit to move on to the semifinals and upset the Bad News Eagles.
Yeah, they reverse sweep the series as well after they lost their match.